You don't read my people. Yes, that is why we are back here once again to let you know how it dey be, how it dey sup. Welcome back to Expose News TV. If you're joining us for the first time, remember to subscribe and turn on your notifications. Yes, we are once again going to go into the details of this news without wasting much of your time because, of course, that is not what we are here for. We are here to only let you know how things are going. All right, in a recent video that has surfaced online, purportedly showing the members of the Zoo Army, of course, Nigerian Army, executing individuals or going against individuals identifies as the Biafrans. The graphic footage has ignited a firestorm of reactions from global leaders, including US representatives and the presidents, who are condemning the acts and calling for immediate investigations. Now, in an official statement, the US representative expressed deep concern over the disturbing images, emphasizing that the United States' commitment to human rights and the rule of law. The president called for a thorough and transparent investigation into the incident, urging international bodies to hold those responsible accountable. Members of the Congress have also weighed in. My people, this particular video is something that happened where it was recorded as the zoo were taking down, of course, images of both the raising down of some houses in Biafraland in Olo, and how these particular people stormed a set of people, innocent victims, innocent Biafrans, anything connecting to Biafrans. These people are very, very much against it. Stormed their place and started doing all sorts of things to them. He said members of the Congress have also weighed in with several representatives demanding immediate action. One congressperson stated, "The atrocities depicted in this video are unacceptable. We must work with our international partners to ensure justice is served and such violations do not go unpunished." Now, backing up to when something like this had happened before. It says here, back in June 2024, Nigerian President Bola Ahmed Tinubu addressed a similar incident involving the killing of soldiers in Abia State. That is, he described the attack as a treasonable offense and vowed that the federal government would take decisive action against those attacking armed forces. That is against their people. This is a whole different case. Of course, this is a news, and of course, anything they want to do, they will bring up things of the past or bring up things that are similar. This is not the same thing. These were innocent civilians, and Tinubu said, yes, that there will be people, there are things to be done. But of course, it is for his people, which are the soldiers related to Musa and so on and so forth. So, of course, him coming out to say that there must be action taken against them is something that, of course, he would want to say, because they are his people. In light of the video circulation, the Nigerian presidency has previously cautioned against hasty reactions that could cause more tensions. Garba Shehu urged citizens to avoid panic and refrain from sharing unverified content that might incite further violence. Unverified content. The killing of Biafrans is called unverified content because it is not their people. Because it is not their people. My people, I hope you can listen to what this man is coming out to say, because it just makes us understand that we are not safe. We are not safe on any level. In fact, us and safety, we are sideways. We are not even close. For them to come out and see something like this and call it unverified to avoid incite further violence, because they know that the Biafra Liberation Army or the BDF would want to come for full-time revenge for this thing that has been done. He emphasized the importance of allowing law enforcement agencies to conduct their investigations without interference. The emergence of this video has prompted calls for international intervention to prevent further escalation. The escalation will surely happen because these people must suffer for what they've done. Human rights organizations are urging the United Nations and other global entities to step in, conduct independent investigations, and ensure that those responsible for these heinous acts are brought to justice. That is what they always say. And at the end, we do not even see anything. Nothing at the end is being done about this set of people. As the situation develops, the world watches closely, hoping for a resolution that upholds justice and human dignity. I hope one way or another we would come to understand that these people are not in any way fighting for us. The only thing they want or anything
for him. Now let's continue.
And then we also found out that there was a woman that was raped. And then.
So you see, why he's trying to let me give you the psychological, the way this man is trying to use psychology. He's trying to use, although I've forgotten that word. This man is using reverse psychology against our own people. As in, if on Emebo, he's trying to let you know, yes, that now the allegation or the alleged massacre of people, something happened, but it's not really the massacre as it was portrayed on the social media. He was trying to let you know that, like he said, one Donatus was, unalived, and then the other one, he said one woman was raped. One Donatus was unalive. That is what he's saying. He's telling you that yes, something happened, but it's not the way it was being, showcased on social media. And he's telling you that yes, something happened, but it was just one of this, one of that. Reverse psychology. That is what this man is using, but we're going to bust him.
The original account, or the earlier account we heard, the woman was raped, that they actually stuck a stick into her private part, and that.
You see, he said what they had, but let's continue.
She had
Pay attention.
Died and was in the mortuary. But I can say we went to the home of that woman, and when we interviewed her, she said, I may not.
Can you see? Ifugo ndị Igbo, ife aka fa ji wele nwanne fa, ife aka ndị Igbo ji wele Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, ife aka ndị Igbo ji wele Maazị Simon Ekpa, egbue dike na ọgụ ụnọ, ọgụ amaruo achọwa dike. Pay attention, my people.
Say that she's hale and healthy, because she explained to us that she was still having difficulty in.
Something that I have videos and picture evidences that happened in so many places within that community. I even posted a video last month where one person mustered courage to go to the center, Ehamufu Center, to record a video where everywhere was completely deserted. Nobody is seen at sight. There's a 4-corner road there. There's a 4-road and junction. Nobody was seen at sight. Everywhere is completely deserted. Now let's continue.
In walking, but then that hadn't. So that was a very false narrative. We also wanted to find out whether there was any incident of mass killing, and we can tell you, I can speak, authoritatively, that all the reports we heard does not indicate that there has been any such mass killings. So when people
you are a liar, you are a rogue. Ifele megbuogi osinafa ya bụ anya n'ụka. Anya n'ụka ka osina anya n'ụka. Ifele megbuogi. I wonder how you will be enjoying this money, knowing that you have come and lied against the dead. Shame on you. Ifele megbuogi n'ezinụlọ gị. I wonder how you will be, enjoying driving your car, your big car, enjoying that money that was paid to you by the local government chairman, and then, oh, chai, alo. How would you be enjoying that money that was paid to you by the local government chairman of Ehamufu, knowing very well that this money you're enjoying is because you lied against the dead? Ifele megbuogi ndị Igbo. Chai!
Report that about 100 or 200 people had been killed. and murdered, and then, these things there actually wasn't anything like that. But then again, we must also say that there is still skirmishes of insecurity. The local government chairman admitted as much, that there are still skirmishes of insecurity. But that is not also different from what we are seeing in some other communities. I'd like to draw an example.
You see? But that is not different from what they are seeing from other communities. Therefore, Hamufu people can be massacred, they can be chased away, their lands can be taken over. It is not a new thing. It is not different from what they are seeing in other community. That is what this man is saying. And I'm saying, shame on you. Ifereme buogi. Chukwu di anya no ka ifereme buogi. Shame.
Recently, we saw a video that went viral. This thing happened at Uboka. Uboka is actually somewhere in the Kano East local government area. I don't know, you probably would have seen it, where a young man was taking a video, and he was actually showing how a Fulani herdsman with his cattle, the man was pulling out cassava, from the farms and then feeding it to the cows. And he was actually saying that, no, this is unfair, that this might actually lead to some kind of crisis. So I wanted to draw some kind of similarity between the two incidents. So we have issues of insecurity, the issues of Hamufu particularly, but I can say that from all the things we observed on Friday, that there has not been any such mass killings as advertised or as promoted. All right.
Hamufu. That's where you have, assessed, correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. You said Ehamufu. But there's been reports by a social media influencer called Nedu Ani, who's talked about, the Udi local government area being under siege, both in Afa, Egede, Eke, and some other towns. They've said that, they've witnessed a tremendous amount of killings. And we did see videos from women for weeks protesting. And I know that the government of Enugu State have alleged or have said that these attacks are orchestrated, and they've accused certain individuals who they say are criminal agitators and failed political elements of plotting this smear campaign against Governor Peter Mba's administration to assess that claim, especially in the Udi local government. I wonder if that's the same area where Ehamufu is. And also the claim by the Enugu state government that these killings are orchestrated.
Those are the people. Those are actually the people that sent him. I am telling you, you are going to hear something. Those are the people that sent him. They said that they don't want their people to tarnish their names and their government. They don't want people to insult them, to call them names, because they want to continue with their agenda. Ke we turn on the bani to ndị na-akpụ isi n'anị. Ifugo ka enwe ike ịtọnụ ndị bani to ndị na-akpụ isi n'anị. Those are the people that sent him. Pay attention, you will see everything. Go that place, I will let you know.
Okay, OG, that Udi is actually quite different from Ehamufu. Ehamufu is located in the issues of local government area, while Udi, some of those towns that you mentioned now, are located in Udi local government area. I cannot speak very authoritatively concerning the Udi local government, but I'd like to also maybe use one of the visits we made to the Command and Control Center to speak based because we were taken to the Command and Control Center and we saw the sophisticated nature of the equipment that were there. We were made to understand that those things were the images we saw were being fed by thermal cameras that are AI embedded. Because from there we could see some of the flashpoint areas in Enugu State where, we had issues of insecurity from time to time. We could see the vast lands of issues. Honestly speaking, I do not know. The security agencies might be in a better position to answer some of the questions you've raised concerning the activities in Udi. But if from what we observed at the Command and Control Center, I can tell you that there are cameras everywhere. I asked a question that they didn't even answer. I said, how were these cameras actually planted? Are they actually in the satellite? Because the way the images were, I mean, they could zoom to even little objects that people were carrying, passers-by were carrying and moving about. And, I was actually stunned that we had such a Command and Control Center. I must also say that the Enugu State government is doing itself a disservice, by not promoting the kind of equipment they have. One of the questions that I raised,
which is what he has come to promote. Are you getting it? He said that he is surprised that Enugu State is doing a disservice to itself for not promoting the equipment they have, which is what he has been paid to come and promote on television. That is the job he's doing now. Pay attention.
raised that day was, are the security agencies, those who man the roads, are they aware that we even have such sophisticated equipment that actually captures them? We've had incidences of security agencies harassing innocent citizens on the road, extorting money from them. From that Command and Control Center, you could see these things clearly. They would zoom into faces, and you could see the faces of the security agents. They clearly identified, and they explained that the amount of information that they generate on a daily basis is also analyzed, and what they do, they also carry out a behavioral analysis. So I want to believe that the security agencies will be in a better position to know whether there have been such crisis in Udi local government area. Let me also say that we are aware that there are people who actually also deploy misinformation,
Are you getting it now? Let me also use this opportunity to tell those who are asking me to block somebody in the comment section. Don't worry about anybody. You already know that right here we don't block people. We allow them to speak and rant as much as they can. Once you stop, responding to him, he will disappear. Don't worry about anybody. Let him continue ranting on the comment section. He's going to disappear once you stop responding to him or her. Let's continue. Some of them are coming here with Igbo names, but in actual sense, they are Fulani. You don't know. So don't allow them to distract you. Just pay attention. Write your own comment as you like, and pay attention to what we are doing, and let the Fulani with Igbo camouflage name continue their idiocy in the comment section.
In order to gain some political mileage. We have seen in the past where people have also, manipulated issues of insecurity in order to oust someone from government. Let us also take our minds back to the Bring Back Our Girls campaign. When Goodluck Jonathan was the president of the Nigerian nation, we saw how he was eventually ousted out of office. We know that a lot of the campaign was around insecurity. We saw people who were also, magnifying figures, exaggerating events on account of the fact that they wanted to, gain that political position.
Are you getting what this man is doing? He is indirectly campaigning for the local government chairman and Peter Mba that sent him to come and do this. And he claimed to be a journalist who has gone to do an investigative journalism in a Hamufu. Who has gone to do investigation in a Hamufu. That is what he's coming here to claim. To claim as an investigative journalist. He has gone to the investigation in a Hamufu to ascertain the damages, the level of damages in a Hamufu, And he has come here to tell the world that it is all lies, that they are doing it to tarnish the image of the government. Pay attention. While we already have videos and pictorial evidences of what really happened in Ehamufu.
They wanted to make sure that Jonathan did not continue as governor. So if maybe I cannot say authoritatively, I think I mentioned that earlier. So if there are people who are using such stuff, maybe because they intend to dent the image of the state government, I think the security agencies, it is their responsibility to, with all the equipment we saw, with all the facilities we saw, I don't see why such people should not be, such thing cannot be investigated to the point that we will narrow it down to such persons who are carrying such rumors and have them arrested and prosecuted, if that is the case in this case.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Chukwuma. Now, Honorable Obiago was on another platform.
Chukwudi is my name.
Apologies, Dr. Chukwudi. And he spoke on the issue in Isuzu local government, right? And Isuzu, local government. And this is what he said. He said the protest pertaining to the women who came out that happened was orchestrated and planned because the women came to his council and told him that some people pushed them into going for this protest. And what they were told was that the cows on the farms belonged to the government and that the reason for the planned protest is because of a ranching project. So he implied that that the people believe that the government have an interest. Most women who protested were referring to what happened years ago. They are being misled to believe that the government is the one frustrating them. So basically, he said that the women who even came out to protest in the first place do not even know why they were there. Now, I have to confirm, are you saying that there's no, at this time, there's nothing like any herdsmen killing anyone? That's my, are you saying that that is not the case? Then second, you talked about and you admitted that a man was indeed killed and a woman was raped. Juxtaposing that with the sophisticated equipment that you've just spoken about, whatever happened to those two people? Was there any follow-up to the man who was killed? The woman who was raped, I don't know if there's a gravity to how bad the situation is, because I don't know if you meant the fact that she didn't die, but she was only raped means that there was information. There's a part to that story that is true. So I just want you to expatiate on these issues. Is there actually, are you saying there is nothing like this? Because that's really the crux of this conversation. Are you saying there is nothing like any situation right now? One is killed. This sophisticated equipment, are they following up on that? Why was he killed? Where was he killed? Who killed him? The woman who was raped, who raped her? Why was she? That's just what I want you to clarify for me here.
Take your right hand, shake it out.
Now, I want to show you something, actually. There's a certain question that was asked to this man, I don't remember who asked that very question, but I'm going to search for it. I'm going to search for that very question because one of the presenters decoded this man and knew that this man was on a mission. And that very question was asked where he exposed himself. I don't know if I can see that very spot here, or I should just let it play till that very, spot where that very question was asked. But I think we have to continue first while I keep on searching for it.
Okay, Kachi, thank you very much for that question. First of all, let me take it from the middle. Who killed Ndubisi Donatus? I was invited, one of the local stations in Enugu here invited me a couple of days ago to speak on this matter, and who killed Donatus. Because even during the radio program, actually called in to say, that the Ndubisi, some people called to say that this young man was actually murdered by Fulani headsmen. And then we also got other calls that said, no, this woman was not murdered by Fulani headsmen. I think there's a dearth in investigative journalism. I want to indict, this is my major constituency, the media. I want to first of all indict the media and say, we're not actually doing the proper job that we should do. I'm in the classroom right now. I know I also worked a little as an investigative journalist. So we need people who will go undercover to issues to actually unravel the truth. Okay, because the mother of...
Why do you need the people again? When you say you have done it, you called yourself an investigative journalist. You said you have done the job. You have gone there to unravel the situation. So why are you indicting any journalist in, again, why you claim to have done the job? Have you seen what you... Goodness me, what is wrong with our people? Hey, hello, Mello.
One of the narratives we heard was that the mother of Ndubisi Donatus said that those who murdered her son, that she heard them when they were discussing in their local dialect. This was part of the narratives we heard, part of the versions we heard.
You see?
And then we had another person who called him to say, no, he was murdered by Fulani. So we need to... I'm not in a position...
You see? In that same situation, this man is now trying to, to put this very allegation on the villagers. He's returning the allegation on the villagers, indicting the villagers. That's why he said that the mother of that boy said that the people who committed the crime were speaking their local dialect. So this man has gone to the extent of trying to indict the villagers. He went that far to return the allegation on the villagers. Unbelievable. People can be very, very bad and wicked. I never believed this. Hey!
To say exactly what happened, but the truth is that we cannot say for certainty or with certainty at this time that he was murdered by Fulani headsmen. But again, let us also look at the modus operandi of the Fulani headsmen. I think we all know how they come in and they sack entire communities. Are you saying that the Fulani headsmen, this is of course, I'm raising a question, and I do not know, it's like a rhetoric question, we should ask ourselves this question. Are you saying that the Fulani headsmen just came into that community because they wanted to kill? What will be their motive for wanting to do that? Was it disturbing them or preventing them from probably feeding their cattle? So we need to raise such questions. We need to determine this, and this is the responsibility of security agencies, primarily to unravel crimes so that stuff of this nature will not happen in future. I mean, it's about time we began to measure the performance of our security agencies based on the amount of crimes that are able to, solve. We need this thing solved. Okay, now, going to the other question, if you could remind me, I think the first one is about, am I saying that there hasn't been any Fulani killings?
Yes, so the first was whether or not, and I think you've just
has there been any Fulani killings?
Yes, the first was whether or not there's any Fulani killings.
Okay, I can only rely on the narratives of the people we spoke to.
Okay.
I can only rely on the narratives of the people we spoke to. We went to a particular community called Ebo or Abo. I don't know actually how it's pronounced, but at least we interviewed them. One of them said that the government has the capability of preempting some of these crimes and stopping them even before they happen.
All right. Can you clarify for us at whose instance your fact-finding trip?
This is it. This is where I have been waiting for. Let's listen to this.
Clarify for us. All right. Can you clarify for us at whose instance your fact-finding trip to that area was? Were you invited with the other journalists that you embarked on it? Who coordinated it? I'm asking so that we can be better informed about the criticism that has trailed the reluctance of different government agencies to respond in the manner that locals will appreciate and applaud. I like the fact that you mentioned how the local government chairman spoke to you, but preponderance of news in the media is that he hasn't done much and that the locals are not particularly feeling him. So I'm interested in how you were channeled into that area, and then your exact assessment of the intervention from the local government authority, and in particular the state government at this point in time. I appreciate the fact that you said that what you met on ground is not as dire as what is being reported, but then the response of government, for as little as that you have seen, people are dying, people have been raped allegedly, but then we're saying that, oh, it's not as bad as people are saying.
7 reasons why this.
I want you now to listen very, very attentively, because after here, I will begin to show you the videos from Ehamufu, and after that, I will we will all move to the the protest of our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa. So I want you to pay very good attention to the response of this very man, the way he trebled, the way he spoke. This very question was what nailed him completely. And I was very, very happy when I watched this very video. I was very, very happy that this very journalist mustered